Every saint has a sinful past, and every sinner has a saintly future. Feast of all saints. All these saints are the people who went through terrible struggle and pain in their lives. Every one of them. Every one. There's no saint without pain. They had to go through that pain to gain the sainthood. So that's exactly why in the first reading we find the vision of John, where they see the multitude of people with white garments. Their garments were made pure by the precious blood of the Lamb, Jesus. In Isaiah chapter 1 verse 18, it is said, their sins are red like crimson and washed. The Lord will wash them white as snow. They were red sin is washed away with red blood. Blood of Jesus, my dear friends. That's how they were made saints out of God's grace and glory. They were made saints because Jesus paid the ransom for themselves. And they became completely connected to the Father, connected to Him, as a branch is connected to the vine, without which they will never have strength. So in their weakness, in their frailty, fragile lives, they find they were poor in spirit, who seek the strength of God. Blessed are those who are poor in spirit, because they inherit the kingdom. Of course, the word Beatitudes, the exact word is not blessed. That is Makarios. Makarios is happiness in Greek. Happiness which cannot be touched by any circumstances of the world. Happiness which is perpetual. So Beatitudes is a kind of way that shows you to get that perpetual everlasting happiness. So you have to be poor in spirit, that you have to know that you need God all the time. Every saint had that. And then those who mourn not because of little things of the world. People can mourn without no reason. No, they are called to be joyful. Philippians chapter 4 verse 4, it is said, rejoice, and again I say rejoice. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 16, it is said, I rejoice always. That is the kind of calling we have. But then mourn, those who mourn for their sins, those who mourn for other sins, those who mourn when they don't feel the presence of God. It's God-directed pain. And that's that kind of mourning you will have joy in later. And then those who meek, that's the exact meaning for gentleness. So all these saints, they accepted whatever happened to themselves. They never reacted. Rather, they responded inwardly. So they always had an inner response in their lives. That's the kind of calling that you and I have in this journey towards sainthood. And then the Lord is saying, hunger, those who hunger and thirst for righteousness. Righteousness belongs to God. If you thirst for that, if you eagerly want it, you ardently desire that, you'll be satisfied. No one can give you satisfaction. No people, no wealth, no desires, no lust can give you satisfaction. Only He can give that. If you really desire righteousness. And those who are merciful. Merciful is a word used for the womb, where the mother is looking after the child, even when the child does not ask for anything. Mercy, if you are merciful beyond the measures, beyond, even when they don't know, yet you have to be merciful. Give them what they need. That kind of mercy, you will return, in return, you will get that mercy from God. And then pure in heart. Sin is a block. Sin is a curtain which covers the sight of God. So, in situations, if you can't see Him, you are in a hell. Hell is a place where you don't see Him. But then heaven is a place where I always will see Him. So don't ever let Satan disturb you with sin. When you go through pain, when you are in hardship, devil can come with lot of proposals to put aside that cross. Jesus had the same temptation with Saint Peter. Peter rebuked Jesus and said, it should not happen. You should not suffer. God, Jesus, rebuked Satan then and there. So that's important that you are pure in spirit to see the face of God. And then peacemakers, the children of God. You are a child of God. So you're not a person who create problems in the society. If you want peace, you have to love your enemy. You have to pray for those who persecute you. By that, you become another child of God. In Gospel of Matthew chapter 5 verse 43 onwards we read. That's exactly where the Lord will give the Spirit. Those who are led by the Spirit are children of God. Romans chapter 8 verse 14. And that's exactly how you are going to create peace. Because you are a child of God. So when they persecute you, when they harass you, when they put you into trouble because of Jesus, be joyful. Because they have done that to all the prophets and elders also. So it's a journey towards holiness, my dear friends. All these saints had that terrible life in the world. But then they never reacted. They responded. So they bore the cross with joy. The joy that Macarius was never disturbed by the situations. They had to go through pain, but with joy. So it's an invitation today where the Lord is calling you to that communion, that union with the saints. That's a victorious church. We are a battling church, fighting church. We are at war. We have to win the battle. We have to win the battle to be in heaven, to one day with all these saints. That should be our goal one day. That should be our whole motivation towards heaven. You're called to become a saint. So it's a feast of all saints. One day, hope to see you in heaven together with all the saints. Think about it and have a nice day. May God bless you.